Welcome to the Weekly Coaches Show. I'm here with track and field and cross country coach Kris Wilde. How you doing today?
Great, how are you?
I'm all right. Welcome to the show. Well, let's get into talking about your track background and your philosophy as a coach.
All right, track background. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand with cross country because I started as a cross country coach first. I've been coaching cross country and then track and field since 2015 at the high school level and junior high level with like a youth program. I've been a part though of the running sport since I was a kid. Starting just like little league baseball as a catcher, and then just other sports in high school, cross country, track and field, and I continued my love for the sport of running with like benefit 5Ks and stuff like that when I kind of got back into running. I mean, I'm a mom, so being a parent, I took time off from running, and then as my kids got older and were involved in sports themselves, they had all sorts of benefit 5Ks to raise money for their athletic programs.
Nice.
That kind of reignited that light to get back into the running. And so when my kids were old enough to run competitively in schools themselves, I was kind of thrown back into that running world and coaching aspect with that competitive edge to it, and I love it. As far as a coaching philosophy, I just think what the athletes are putting in now is what they're going to be putting out in the future.
Absolutely.
And that's not just what like they're intaking, as far as fuel they're eating or the workouts they're putting in. It's just their overall mentality, their outlook on the sport. If they have a good outlook right now, it's going to show in their performances.
Absolutely.
If they feel that they're not going to do well or perform to the standard they want to, then there's absolutely no way they will, because their mind is already against them. And with running especially, it's not just a physical sport, it's a very much so a mental sport. It's got a heavy mental component because it's you and yourself. I mean, granted, you have competitors, but you're dependent upon yourself. If your mind isn't supporting your physical ability, you're already halfway behind the rest of the field.
Absolutely.
Before the gun even goes off.
Yeah, that's true. It's a mental thing. It's confidence as well.
Oh, for sure.
I agree with
that. So
yeah,
that would be my philosophy. What you put in is what you're going to put out.
Okay, now speaking about cross country, you guys are one of the more prominent teams in the PSUAC. You guys won the conference championship this year. Congrats on that.
Thanks.
So just talk more about the preparation it takes to be prepared as a track athlete and how you prepare your team to get ready.
It's all about showing up. I mean, they've got to show up, not just to the meet. They've got to show up to practices. They have got to show up for preseason workouts and really work together, find how to work together as a unit and not as an individual. Even though it's an individual sport, we need all 5 ladies to be on the same page with the same goal of getting the championship.
Absolutely.
And getting that W on the board for us, and it worked well. We had a great dynamic with that ladies group, and on the men's side, we're low on numbers. We need more. But yeah, it all comes down to showing up throughout the whole entire season and really putting the work in.
Absolutely. Now, so far this year, you guys have competed in the Muhlenberg Invitational as well as the Westchester Invitational. Just talk about how you feel you guys have done.
Well, we have had PRs at both of those meets, which is very encouraging considering we're still early on in the season. So hopefully there's that drive for them to continue to put their best foot forward, as well as the momentum to push the pace, quite literally, push the pace to see what could happen next. I mean, we leave for Indiana University of Pennsylvania tonight for a meet tomorrow, and I'm really hoping to, again, see some PRs established. So, yeah.
That's great. Well, good luck on that.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Before we end, we're gonna do a little trivia. You're gonna have to rank.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yep. Rank these 3 track athletes. They compete in 100 and 200 meters between Usain Bolt, Michael Johnson, and Carl Lewis.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna flip the order then. We'll go with Carl Lewis first. He is the OG of OGs.
Okay, number 1.
He is the number 1.
Okay.
I mean, he set a precedent. And then, I mean, Johnson, all I think of are his gold spikes. I mean, he's a little cocky, but I kind of, sometimes you need to be a little cocky.
You need it.
You kind of need it. And I mean, Usain Bolt, he's just a beast. He's on an entirely different level, but he's the youngest out of the group, and I really props to those OGs.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta respect that. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by, Kris.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. See you guys next week.